Guys, welcome back to the Custard Splat podcast. Now, this one is episode number 23. Now, following on from Ollie's little squad number game, which we are going to play in one moment. Um, this is a special one for me. This is my number. This has been my number for as long as I can remember. Um, it has spilled over so far outside of football, to be honest. The amount of times that little things in my life have gone back to that number. And for context, I get married next year on the 23rd, so 23rd of September. So yeah, it's always been uh, a quirky number for me, shall we say? But I've got well, I'll pose the question to you first, mate. If I was to say like Southend United play aside from the obvious, which I think we'll get to,
Yeah, it's
what
the obvious one, isn't it?
what players jump out to you wearing number 23 for Southend?
Well, it's obviously Freddie,
Yeah.
but other than that, Colin.
Yeah, Colin wore it for a season, didn't he?
Yeah,
I'm assuming that's personal preference now that he likes number 30. Um,
yeah.
I remember a
Oh, the
few.
other one was Chris Barker.
Chris Barker was number 23. Yeah, there's been a few down the years. Freddie was the first one that I can like really remember. Um, and then I think we kind of after Freddie we didn't. I don't remember us dishing it out like that soon afterwards.
No.
We probably did, but I can't remember. I remember we had a little flurry of left backs wearing it. Loney left backs wore it. We had Dan Harding, who I think we had him on loan from Ipswich,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
George Friend, who I think at the time we had George Friend on loan from, I want to say Wolves, and he went on to have quite a good career actually. He played quite a long time in the Championship. More recently, who've we had it? Who's worn it recently? Harry Cardwell's worn it quite recently.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, yeah, it's just always been the main one for me was like growing up was Freddie was wearing it. And I think it was round about the same time that David Beckham moved to Real Madrid and he wore it. So,
Right.
yeah, that was it for me. Like at the time, like growing up, my two footballing heroes are both wearing this number. One of them for Southend United and one of them for Real Madrid.
A good combination.
Very good
It's a
combination.
weird, it's a weird number because obviously I looked it up to see what other players had worn it. It's take Freddie out of it and maybe like modern day bias with Cardwell. There's not many big names wearing it. It's not been a successful number.
It's not like sort of
Um,
saved for the big player. It's not your number 10.
no, Joe Pigott wore it.
Yeah, he did wear it. He did wear it.
Yeah,
Right.
and Greg Halford. So you want to go
Yeah.
either end of the spectrum there.
That's what I mean. Sometimes we've got like an absolute legend, slight cult hero, and then some, I don't know, probably better off forgetting about.
Yeah, it's a shame I wasn't on the last episode because there's a few bigger names on 22, but I'm not going to go into that.
I'll go and
But
do a little quick 30-second recap on 22.
on 22, obviously Keenan's the current number
Keenan
22.
currently, yeah.
We had Casper Lapata.
Hmm.
He obviously wore number 22. Teddy Smith also wore it. Gary Deegan.
Oh, I love Deegan.
Yeah, he's good.
I love,
Liam Dickinson.
yeah,
Stuart O'Keefe.
yeah, I forgot that one.
Frank Musa. James Lawson.
James Lawson, did he?
James Lawson, number 22. And F.A. Sodji.
Yeah, I remember Sodji. Remember Sodji.
And Jay
Sodji was,
Smith as well. That's why we mention Jay Smith every time
yeah.
we do these numbers.
I remember Effie Sodji was always number 16, but I think where we signed him in January, it was obviously already taken. So when we first signed him for those first 6 months, he was 22.
Hmm. Funny, some bigger names there. The other ones were 23. We've not mentioned Nicky Bailey. Good player.
Yeah. Well, there's two players
Um,
you mentioned there, Gary Deegan and Nicky Bailey. Do you know what? Give me 2 secs because I know exactly where I've got these shirts.
this is great podcasting. Scott's wandered off out of frame. he's forgetting that this is mostly audio, so he's run off to buy a shirt.
I'll clip this bit up. I'll clip this bit up. But there we go. It didn't take me long. There
There you go.
is a Gary Deegan shirt in the not so iconic number 22. And this one is signed.
Oh,
Signed Nicky Bailey shirt. This one has, for obvious reasons, never made it to the framers, leaving in such acrimonious circumstances like he did.
I
Um,
felt like he left on good terms because he kept playing until the last minute, and then obviously, he scored against Peterborough, didn't he?
yeah,
Like when his
I
last
think there
game
was a
routes
League
on.
Cup game after that. I can't remember exactly, but I want to say there was a League Cup game after that, and he was just like, "I'm not playing." But then it comes out
But if
after.
you've got your
It's
agent and
like,
your new
yeah, I think
club
it's
and you're in,
agent advice, and it was like, "Look, this move is happening. Don't get
but it was
injured."
yeah, it was cup time as well. You know what I mean? It's
Mm.
if at the end of the day, if it's like you got a new job coming up and they say to you, right, don't go in on Friday. We need you to have the day off before you start on Monday for whatever reason. You don't jeopardize that, do you?
No,
Do you know what I mean? So
no,
I,
he
I, I,
scored some
my
bangers
move
for
on
us.
leaving was good terms, but it's funny, isn't it, with the fan base?
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, should we get on to some football?
Yes, let's do it.
So it's been a little while since we've done a sort of match day um, breakdown because obviously the last two episodes that have gone out have been the two-parter with Harry. Um, and well, last week I was really ill. Can you still hear me? Is it just your webcam that's gone?
Yeah, my webcam just keeps cutting out, but I can still hear
Right.
you.
Okay, fine. As long as you can still hear me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll do a quick little recap on the Yeovil game, which probably seems ages ago now. Um, I think that was a grind, I think would be fair to say, but one that we have dug in, right? It's this whole never give up mentality again, isn't it?
Mm.
We've become in a bit of a habit this year that we're scoring quite a few late goals, which is obviously great that we've got that in us to go to the end like that. Um, but probably another game, take that scenario last season, that probably does finish 0-0. We're going that little bit deeper into games this season, and we've nicked 3 points right in injury time again.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been the credit to the when we say the better teams that they go to the 90th minute. Um, and how many times have we looked at results elsewhere and seen the likes of Forest Green, Rochdale, York picking up last minute goals or turning games around towards the end, and we say that's why they're a good side. When we do it, it seems to be, oh well, we did do fuck all for 90 minutes before. It's like it doesn't work like that. And the fact that we've got a squad and we can rotate players and still play a full game of football and push it, I think it's good.
So yeah, we are professional as ever here on the Custard Splat podcast. We've had a minor technical issue with some Wi-Fi, which we think we've fixed now. So, Ol, if you can remember where you were, mate, please take it away.
Yeah, I'll start again about the scoring late. Obviously, we want us to fans, we want to score goals early and control the game and dictate that from the off. But we've always praised other teams when they want to go and score late and seemingly turn a game around towards the end. In previous years, these were the sort of games that we were losing because other teams would go to the 90th minute and we'd seemingly stop going forward. I think was kind of like last season's little trait, which was whether we were winning, we'd sit back, whether we were drawing, we'd sit back. We seem to keep going for it now, and I think there's been more while we're scoring late. I think we've got a lot of confidence in the back line, which is nice, and then it just means that we can now push forward and try and get those last minute goals. And teams that do that are going to pick up a good handful more points that's
Mm.
going to push them up higher up the table. So
Yeah.
I think it's a positive. I think the only negative is what fans would the obvious point out is we seem to struggle to score in sort of the early stages of 90 minutes
Yeah,
against teams.
yeah. I think there's going to be pros and cons to anything like that. Like, yeah, obviously, everybody would like us to score like more goals and have a bit more sort of flattering results
Mm.
that the performance probably deserves. Like you look at that result there, Yeovil nil, Southend 1, Southend win it in the 92nd minute or whatever it is. On the face of it, and to somebody that hasn't seen that game, that looks like it's been probably been a bit scrappy and a bit tight. But that
Mm.
wasn't really the case. If I'm being perfectly honest, I thought Yeovil on that game, they had a couple of reasonable penalty shouts, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I think it would have been difficult to give, but I think that's a
But
handball from Taylor.
yeah, I think so as well. I always like to view those ones of how would I feel the other way around, and I would have
Yeah,
wanted a penalty for that.
yeah,
But as we know and we say all the time, you can't rely on the referees. But outside of that, I don't remember them creating anything themselves. Like if it was going to be anything, it was going to be a set piece. We we controlled it. I felt sort of it was never a game I felt we were going to lose. And I did think we controlled the game, and yeah, of course you would like more of a shine on it than one
mm,
nil in injury time. But I just think we're very patient, we're very calm, we don't panic, like we don't get to the 70th minute now, for example, and we do start panicking because we're not in front. We will go to the end. We don't seem to get flustered
yeah,
when these things happen. We're very calm about it. Everyone knows their role. Um, and what I think is the most pleasing thing about it as well, not so much the fact that we're scoring a lot of late goals and we can go to the end. There isn't really any reliance on like that one player to make the difference. Sort of the goals are being quite widely spread out this year. And
mm,
a lot of the time as well, it's the substitutes that are having a massive impact. So it's not like well, it shouldn't be seen as a like a downside if you are on the bench because
no,
we're proving this season that it's a squad and we're using our squad and every game, the season as a whole, obviously, but every game is going to require us to use our squad in a different way.
mm,
And the players that are coming on, whoever it may be, like off the top of my head, recently I can think of Leon coming off the bench. Was it against Brackley?
yeah,
What one of our two late
yeah. That
goals.
was it. He scored twice late on, didn't
And
we?
then yeah, Dallas got the second one. Bridgie come on late away at Woking, gets the equaliser.
Yeah,
Slavi comes on in this game, gets the winner. The substitutes are having a massive impact, and
mm,
they're almost like it's a big game changer for us that we do have
yeah.
players of that sort of
And
caliber on the
yeah,
bench
and this
now.
this comes. Some people can misconstrue that and think, well, we've left our better players on the bench and we've got the starting lineup wrong. Well, that's not how football's played. It's no longer just put 11 out. You need certain players on the field to start against certain teams and certain players on the bench to actually come on and have that impact. I know it used to be like the old super sub used to be
Yeah.
the term, but tactically teams set up to for your subs to make an impact. If your subs are just there in case the others are having a shit game, you're using your subs right. And I think that's probably how it was at like at youth level, which was basically be like, oh, Ollie's on the bench and we'll bring him on when someone's playing shit. But it's not. It's we've got a squad and we've got players that can come on to impact games in certain ways. And it's not always just, oh, Dallas is tired, get your boots on, Hopper. Like it's not for that anymore. So I think there's always like this misconception of like, okay, Slavy's come off the bench to score, so he's got to start the next game. But who are we playing? How do they shape up? How are we
Well,
going
as
to
it
shape
turns
up?
out, he did. He did start the next game.
Yeah, but it's not. It's like we look at Josh Walker. He's now the third all-time goal scorer for
Yeah,
Southgate coming off the bench.
yeah. Third highest scoring substitute, only
Yeah,
behind. I think Josh has got 7 off the bench. I believe it's Barry Core out in front on 11 goals as a substitute, and then
Mm,
Freddie's on 9. So that's
yeah,
pretty good company to be in.
yeah, yeah. Oh, exactly. And but it's like, how does it suit the system? How does it suit that style of play? You can't just have a player come off the bench and score, and then he starts the next game. That's not tactically what happens. Do you know what I mean? But it's nice to have players that can come on and impact the game. That if the 11 do their job right, it should open up the opportunity for these subs to either come on and see the game out or push for a winner. And instead of it going right, we're going to weaken ourselves, which in the past we've had that where we go, our 11 looks good, the bench comes on and we look worse.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably what's happened in recent years, where we we dull our attack because we have to take off a goal scorer and bring on a squad player, and then we have to swap out a midfielder for someone who's less creative. Or do you know what I mean? We lose something. I think now we've got the ability to add to the team depending on how the game goes.
Yeah, it should be seen as a massive positive that the subs, no matter who they are, as we said a minute ago, it doesn't matter. It's not one person, but the subs are having an impact, and that more often than not, the subs are making us better going into those final stages of the game. Because
Mm,
yeah, like oh, excuse me, like players do get tired as the game goes on, or someone might have a dead leg or something. Like you, subs are there to be used to maintain momentum and essentially get you over the line. If it's not,
mm,
if the game is still, awaiting the deadlock to be broken when the subs are coming on, that's why they're there. And yeah,
yeah,
they're having a huge impact at the minute, which is just
yeah.
complement to the squad that we've got.
Mm. Oh, exactly. I mean, every single member on that bench is a player that we would have been crying out for a
Yeah.
year, 2 years
I mean,
ago
and
to be our
there's
saviour.
it does sort of it does help. I think it helps the sort of quality of the squad as well because there's good players every single week. There's good players not getting a start,
Yeah,
and everyone is having to fight for their place. That is only a good thing. That can only be seen as a good thing.
yeah,
I'll never have that any other way. That is only going to bring out the best of everybody in training.
yeah. Oh, for sure. Rooney recently spoke about it, about having the ability to train with top players week in, week out, and train with better players week in, week out means that the match days become easier.
Yeah,
And this is true. If you've got a strong squad and you've got strong teammates and there's almost not enough places for you, well, training should be if you're the better team in that league, training most weeks should be the hardest part of your game in that league. If we
yeah.
were a top six side, our training sessions, the opposition you're facing at training should be more difficult than
It'd be tougher
12,
than the
14
likes
of
of,
those other
say,
teams. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
say
So,
we've got, I don't know, off the top of my head, somebody in the bottom 6 this weekend. You
mm,
would like at this stage of the season now, with the league table taking some reasonable shape by now, you would like to hope, yeah, your training this week should be more competitive than your game.
yeah, you should be creating more opportunities against them than you do your teammates. I mean,
Yeah.
in theory, and
Yeah,
it
no,
makes sense.
it's a good way of looking at it. It makes sense.
Yeah, so they should be. Yeah, that's the beauty of having that squad,
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. But
and
it hasn't always been the case.
no, like we say, we've had times where we've not had a bench. That's one thing, but two, we've had a bench where we go right. We've got to put a kid on,
Yeah.
or we've got to play someone that's just not at this level because that's what we've
Yeah.
got.
That depth just hasn't been there. Yeah.
No,
No, it's a real compliment to the squad at the moment. So moving on from Yeovil, and we say about like if there is any downside, it is the the nervousness, even though, like, I mean, from the supporters' point of view, because the players seem very chill about it, very calm, and they will keep going to the end. But it does create a
Mm,
few jitters in the fan base. Moving on to Saturday just gone, the Altrincham game,
mm.
the complete opposite. We did score early. We put three past them. Um, in my opinion, when I watched the game, probably as close to a complete performance that we've had this season. Certainly at home. The only other game that I would say we've done this was the opening game of the season away at Gateshead, where I felt we just completely played them off the pitch.
Oh, yeah, that was yeah, that game. That was a little bit of like a take with a pinch of salt. Gateshead looked like they hadn't really had a pre-season properly.
Mm.
That looked like yeah, that looked like a pre-season
At the
game.
time, that looked like they were really going to struggle this season. They've
Yeah.
got their ideas up a little bit since then. Um,
Mm,
yeah, Saturday was as complete a performance that I've seen from us since then.
yeah.
They didn't lay a glove on us at all.
No. Yeah. I mean, it was encouraging. Obviously, Altrincham, what mid-table side, aren't they? Really, not really going to
They'd
be said.
come, yeah, yeah, but they'd come into that game on a decent little run of form.
Yeah, I think we won the last three.
Yeah,
Like,
there was a little bit of a little bit of a sting in the tail for them.
mm,
But I just thought the benefit with this one was we hit them quite early. Like
yeah,
we hit them with two goals inside 25 minutes.
yeah. I mean, originally, like my sort of little criticism of us in recent weeks has kind of been we we get quite we hold on to the ball quite a lot, and we invite teams to kind of condense at the back, and then we get quite flat. And I find that we end up pushing up into the penalty area, and we become very flat, where we're kind of just playing across the box, trying to carve open an opportunity to get a little shot away. Um, but I felt like against Altrincham, we kind of kept a bit of a better shape and allowed us to actually, work to the byline and keep some depth for us to actually have a threat at goal. And both our goals came from considerably not long range shots, but like outside of the 6 yard box at least.
The first two goals were very similar in a sense that it was we've got the ball out wide where we know we're very dangerous on both
Mm,
sides. Delivery into the box, kind of a half clearance from them.
yeah,
Then we've just got somebody there, like in and around the edge of the box, that's just hitting it first time.
yeah. I
They
thought the
were,
positives as well were the fact that Ollie Coker had a few shots at goal as well.
yeah,
And that's a little something we probably missed is when you compare us to a team like Carlisle, they look like scoring as soon as they get their head up on the halfway line.
yeah, they do.
And I'm not saying this because like that they're going to do that. It's just the way they shape up. They've got bodies running. They can move the ball forward. There's this element of we get to the bar line and then we try and put the ball back into the box. We haven't got that external threat. I think we sometimes get quite flat and then we end up knocking the ball around and trying to be patient
Yeah. Well, the
and we
midfielder
end
that
up
we have got that would be doing that is Nor, but obviously we know we're not going to see him again this season. But
mm,
you're right. Any other of our midfielders aside from Ollie Coker will probably just look to recycle it.
yeah. And I think that's the if you could if I could install something into that South United team and say like right from this point we're going to be a definite playoff team push for that those sort of top three spots. It's having a player that can sort of sit in around the edge of the box
Yeah.
and almost be that threat. Because if you've got a player on the edge of the box, can hit a shot and damage a team from 25, 30 yards. The other team aren't going to all rush into the box and sit in the 6 yard box like they all seem to do right now,
Mm.
putting bodies behind the ball. Yeovil, at most points, had sort of 8 men behind the ball because we were then moving it in and around the box. And we managed to squirm through, and the keeper that had a inspired game drops the
Yeah.
easiest shot, and we walk away with 3 points. Um, get
That's what
Altrincham.
I mean in that one.
Yeah.
Like that was we did have like several chances in that game. The keepers played well. Then you come on to the Altrincham game, and
Mm.
yeah, as I say, I thought we were exceptionally good on that day, but there will be Altrincham supporters that probably think the goalie could do a little bit better, certainly with the second goal. But I
Yeah,
think
but it's come through
it's been
bodies
hit
and
with such force, it's come through
yeah.
so many bodies. He just can't react. I personally, we do like to probably defend goalkeepers on here more than most, but I
Mm.
certainly wouldn't put that down as a goalkeeping error. The fact that he's just seen something late and not reacted to it as quickly as he would have wanted to. That's not a
Nah.
mistake.
It's a National League goal because in League
Yeah,
One the goalkeeper just picks it up.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's the level we're at, and
Mm.
we've got people forget Ralph's our centre back and has just hit a half volley from outside the area.
Yeah, but I think he's sort of become a victim of his own success, really, Ralph, because he pops up with quite a few goals every year, and
Mm.
they're never tap-ins. Scores
No,
a few with his head as well. Like he has got he's got a few goals in him. Yeah, which is
yeah,
obviously
good
great. As
player.
I
I've got a
said
lot of
earlier,
time. Got a lot of time for Ralph.
yeah, he's been a fantastic servant for the club now. Like I think a lot of people do forget that he's been here as long as he has,
Yeah.
and has actually recovered really well for like, that. You take the era that he signed in. Like,
Mm.
Kevin Bond signed him. That was a
Yeah.
Kevin Bond signing. And you look at everything that's gone on, so I won't bore everybody else with the details all over again. You know what we're talking about. But to have become club captain, like firm fan favourite in that time, he's done incredibly well to have bounced back from
Yeah.
coming into the club in a very difficult era.
I mean, he has been a bit Marmite at times, I think, in the fan base at least.
I think
Um,
it's helped him making that shift to centre back in a back three.
yeah,
I think that's really helped him. I'm
yeah,
not
because he always
sure.
had a good jump on him, didn't he? That was the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, he did, but I'm not sure he would have maybe had the longevity that he has had as an out and out left back.
Yeah, I mean, what was the
Uh,
injury he had? Was it a shoulder injury?
he's had a few, yeah. I think he's really
He had the
bad. He's had
big one
one
against
long
Sheffield
one.
United, didn't he? Was it his
Yeah,
knee?
yeah, and then I think he come back, and then I remember it was an away game against Burton. Can't remember what year, but I think he popped his shoulder, and
Mm.
that had him out for a little while as well. But yeah, no, I
Mm.
think he's been a great player for us and adaptable. Like, I think he's if we are in a situation where, and we've had to occasionally, we've stuck with our back three, but Ralph
Mm.
said to go and play left wing back this time. Like he's very adaptable. Um, and you need, especially what we've spoken about, like squad depth at the moment, but it hasn't always
Mm.
been that way. When we were in those situations where we needed like sort of square pegs in round holes, he was a player that would do that with little fuss. He'd just get on with
Yeah,
it, and that is sort of everything that you need a club captain to be.
yeah, yeah, 100%.
But yeah, no, I think it was a real positive performance that Altrincham one. Um, but you need like those two games, those back-to-back wins, Yeovil and Altrincham. You need to back these up now with positive results in the next two games. I know it's always we
Yeah,
won't look
next
ahead to
game
Rochdale.
mentality, isn't it?
We're not going to talk about the Rochdale game. Everything is now like focused on the Forest Green game. But
Odds on it getting postponed though, Rochdale.
yeah, yeah,
We've got the old
there's
rain coming, haven't
big problems with their pitch. I see every game, every home game. I see it all the time on socials. Every home game for them this season at this time of year is in doubt. I
we?
don't know what has happened to their pitch this season, but they've obviously got big problems up there.
I mean,
Um,
I think a lot of people for this Saturday will be hoping for a good game. I think as well with the noise recently with the 3 up, 3 down. I think this is like a bit of eyes on this game as a bit of an
yeah,
advert.
yeah, we
Um,
are going to talk about that, but we had that episode penciled in for last week, but we just couldn't get like logistically everyone together. Like myself, Ollie, and Scott, we couldn't get all right, even get on a Zoom together. I was ill last week, and we've got a guest that we're hoping to get on for that episode as well. So yeah, we just couldn't quite get all four of us together. But it is coming. We are going to do a special on the free up campaign because I think we've all got a lot to speak about on that, and it's not
Mm,
something that can just be spoken about in a segment in an episode like this. It deserves its own episode. So that is coming. Not sure when, but it's coming.
yeah, we'll talk about that. Maybe after if this Saturday's a decent advert, I think it's a good one to
Yeah, yeah,
talk
that's
about.
true. There's
I
been
know
mixed
DAZN
reviews.
have been jumping on it, showing the highlights of when we played them, obviously, well, all last season, which
Yeah.
was 2-0, 2-0, and 2-0.
Yeah, well, just really quick. I've got the head to head.
Hmm.
We don't have a bad record against them.
Oh, you fucking idiot.
So look,
I knew you'd do this.
I'm just reading out history. All I'm doing is reading some historical results. So 2020, which I believe was the first time we played them. I think we were both still in League Two at the time. We lost 1-0 in a home game. But that is our only defeat. So 2021, first time we played them at their place, Forest Green 1, Southend 3. This was the scene of the absolute worldie from Nathan Ferguson.
Nathan Ferguson, yeah.
Scored an absolute thunder bastard from about 40 yards.
How was that not nominated for Puskas, by the way? All jokes aside, I watched that year because they don't just nominate from all the top divisions. They don't just go, it's got to be
It's
Champions
every
League.
goal, isn't it?
It's like every goal. Like there was nominations from like the Polish second division and things like this.
It didn't get
Like
nominated.
no, there's goals there that I thought were just like ball out across the edge of the area. He's whipped it top corner, and you're
Mm.
thinking that got nominated, like because a nice little pass and move guy, or I feel like a guy dummied it or whatever. But I remember watching that thinking, who picks those? Because technically, he shouldn't have won. Like don't get me wrong, but
No, it shouldn't.
you're
Well,
gonna you want to shine a light across all your divisions. I think surely the FA should have just been like,
yeah,
sprinkle a few of ours in, like
yeah.
beautiful.
It
There's
was,
some
it
weird
was,
nominations.
it was an incredible goal. It was. We'll dig it up again and we'll post it out on our socials. So then following that, I think we both got relegated that year. Oh no, I think they come down the year after because we didn't. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was in
they came
2021.
down when after their Troy Deeney experiment.
Yeah. So we got relegated in 2021. And then we didn't play them again until 2024, um, which we drew 2-2. This is both games of last season. So we drew 2-2 three times with them last year.
Mm.
Our home game, their home game, and then the 90 minutes finished 2-2 in the playoffs, which when we obviously went and beat them on penalties.
Yeah,
So we've our head to head with Forest Green is not bad. There's three draws, a defeat, and a victory. Like considering a lot of those games have been played in the National League, and they have always been a side that has been tipped to be doing, certainly in some earlier years, a lot better than us. Like
Mm.
we've not got a bad little head to head with them there.
No, but then they can look at that equally and say they've only lost to us once as well.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty neck and neck to be. Yeah, it's three draws,
Well, it's spots bang on in the middle, isn't it?
a victory each and a,
We're
and a defeat
we're
each.
ahead on goal difference.
Yeah, well, we will claim we're claiming that playoff eliminator as a victory, aren't we? Even though the 90 minutes or whatever it was, 120 minutes, I think
120 minutes, yeah.
120 minutes finished 2-2. But yeah, that is
I
a bit
think
weird that we,
all
we
three of
drew.
those games though were good games of
Yeah,
football.
they
I went
were.
to the Forest Green away. I sat in the hospitality. Funny enough, actually, look, earlier I was having a route around. And I found my ticket.
You've got your stub.
Yeah, kept it.
Still got an
Yeah,
actual ticket stub.
yeah. We were in
Old
hospitality
school.
bit, weren't we? We had
Oh, I
a bit
see.
of the
I see.
food and whatnot.
Oh, mate, I had an
Um,
absolute farce getting into the ground on Saturday. I wasn't going to mention this, but as we're on the topic of
we're
tickets,
gonna have a moan.
so I've walked up, but it's raining, right, which I don't think was helping the QR code scanners. So I've walked up. My season ticket is on my phone. Um, Long story short, it's not scanning. I'm like, right. I think it's because like my screen's wet. Let me wipe that off and I'll try and get under a bit of cover. Try again. Not working. Um, and I'm a bit like, well, that's not a screenshot. That's my like my Apple wallet. There's not what do you want me to do in this situation? It's not a problem of overcrowding because it's my season ticket. Like it's not been like double sold or anything like that. Anyway, still wanted me to go. I tried it on. There was like two of them standing there at the turnstile. It's not working on either. So I've got to go to the ticket office. Yeah, tell them what's happened. They go, I'm not quite sure what's happened there, but we'll give you a paper printout for today's one. I'm like, fine, like whatever. It's getting quite close to kickoff at this point. So I've gone back down there. The paper one don't work either. So I've got, well, at this point, this is now a problem with your tech. This is not my fault. I've got my electronic ticket on my phone, which isn't working. I've now gone and got a paper one that still isn't working. Like, what am I supposed to do here? I don't think either of them actually knew what to do. They were a little bit like rabbit in the headlights, bless them. But a senior like sort of like steward has I think caught the back end of what's gone on, and a little bit of common sense prevailed in the end. So she come over and I explained what had happened. I was quite polite. I wasn't like ranting and raving. Like it's a tech problem. Like the guys that are standing there scanning it, they're not in control of that. Um, but she just said, right, you know where you're sitting. It's a season ticket. Yeah, I know exactly where I'm going. I don't need my ticket. She went, right, go in because everyone's just standing here getting wet now and there's a queue building up. But give me your paper ticket and we'll keep trying to scan it like as the game goes on or whatever, and we'll try and get it to tally up with the numbers. I was like, fine. I don't need to know that. I don't need to do that, but just get me in. So yeah, I had an absolute farce getting into the ground on Saturday. And then I was fully expecting at that point, I was like, we're going to lose now. That's just like a bad omen. Yeah, I was just like, come on. When the paper one didn't scan, I was like, what is happening
So the moral of the story is
here? I'm not
tech,
sure. I'm not
tech ain't
sure.
always best.
Yeah, Tekano was best.
Root sauce falling down.
Bring back Stubbs.
Need a
Actually,
new stadium.
the only downside from the Altrincham game going into the Forest Green game is we are going to be without Harry Taylor, who is suspended. Um,
And potentially Goodliffe.
Yeah, so yeah, Ben Goodliffe missed the Altrincham game with, I believe it was a tight hamstring, and then Harry Taylor gets his fifth yellow card of the season, so he will be suspended. So there's definitely no Harry Taylor. Not quite sure what's going to happen with Goodliffe.
Mm.
If we are without both of them, um, that's a big blow.
Oh, it's huge.
That's a big blow.
It's yeah. You look at that and think, what
I
would
would
our back line
argue as
be?
well, Harry Taylor has been our player of the season so far for me. I think he's been
Yeah,
immense.
yeah,
And I saw
definitely.
something as well. I saw Chris has tweeted something that this will break Harry Taylor's record of 63 starts in a row.
Blimey. Mad to think we signed him as a centre mid.
Yeah, I've said many a times, I think if there was any sort of silver lining to come out of that embargo era, it's Harry Taylor, because we
Mm,
sort of ended up having to play him as a centre half because that was the season that Sean Hobson had left. So we lost a centre back and then couldn't sign a replacement. So we played a centre midfielder there, and he has not looked back.
mm.
He's been superb as a centre back for me.
Yeah,
But yeah, that'll be a big blow if we're without both of them.
it will be. I mean, I was just
Well,
looking at
Joe
Forest
Gubbins will
Green's
stay
recent
in the team.
results.
I think natural Joe's going to stay in to certainly it'll be Taylor that he's replacing this time. If Goody's fit, then he'll obviously come back in. But if we're without both of them, I'm not entirely sure who plays in defence,
Well, yeah,
and I'm not
but
sure what we do there.
because we could match up with Forest Green and go four at the back.
Who would be your flat four then, if we're to
That
play
would
a flat
be
four?
um, Gus, Gubbins, Ralph, boys.
Yeah, well, it would have to be.
Mm.
It would have to be if that's going to be all the defenders that are available.
And then we'll almost have to play as a bit of almost like a bit of a not 4-5-1 really, but
The other option that we have got, I know the intention was to get him out on loan, but we do still have Adam Crowther.
is he fit though?
I believe he's fit. I
Because
believe he's fit. I just
so I was
think it was the
watching this and
intention to
thinking,
get him out on loan.
so I thought the reason why he's not going on loan yet was he might not have been fit.
No, possibly. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. If he is, I've missed that. But yeah, that's
Yeah,
if
because
he,
yeah, I know he wasn't fit, and
that's
then
another blow, isn't it?
yeah, he
Is
wasn't
it?
fit, and then they're talking about going on loan. He's not gone out on loan. You're thinking, well,
What's happening?
why? Because a loan move, at least for a month, was a no-brainer if he's fit.
Yeah.
You
No.
don't see him. There's been no footage of him in and around the training ground. Um,
Yeah. Well, yeah, that just feeds into the whole little bit of an injury crisis currently in the defensive unit.
yeah, I mean, loan signing. I think you got to for this weekend at
Yeah, I
least.
think it is something that we will have no doubt looked at. I'd be
Yeah,
very surprised if we haven't explored the option.
because it only takes one of them. Even if you go for the flat back four, one of them pulls up with something.
Well, we've got a
You,
lot of them that we got like three or four players that are on that fourth booking now as well, haven't we? And
mm,
and after this game, we've got that another massively important game against Rochdale. Like the big games
yeah.
just keep coming now. And
I wouldn't be scared of the bookings though, as a
no,
team. I
you
think
can't be scared of it. It's something.
no, I think you just got to go and play. Put your best players out. They pick up a yellow card. They pick up a yellow card. It's one game. They're not getting injured. It's different.
Yeah.
Um, I know some teams can be like, oh well, I'll rest Taylor against Altrincham, so I want him to play against Forest Green. But then what you lose to Altrincham,
Yeah, it's not worth it.
and then you lose to Forest Green anyway. I mean,
If you've got a huge Chelsea-sized squad, then potentially, but not
yeah,
at this level. Not at this level. No one's doing that, and I think that's quite insulting to the standard of the division to do things like that. I don't
yeah,
think we get away with that anymore. I think even a
no,
side like Altrincham that will be like sort of maybe like lower mid-table,
mm.
a team like that will still punish you for that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You
I'd be
can't rest.
interesting. I
It's not
say,
a position. I don't think you can't rest the centre back. Like I don't think so anyway. Like you can make those changes if you need to. Someone needs a little rest in your forward positions.
yeah,
I don't think you can ever like give one of your centre halves a rest. That you need a solid spine back there. And for us, the shape we play is the three centre backs, and the whoever the holding midfielders are. Like that's something that needs to be pretty solid.
yeah, yeah. Well, he's just hoping that Goodliffe's
Yeah, if Goodliffe's
fit.
fit, or we can certainly patch him up to get him out there. Maybe that was one that we did look at and go, well, we'll just switch you out for Joe this week. If it's tight, it
Hmm.
ain't worth the risk. It ain't worth the
Yeah,
risk. And then hopefully by doing that, by hopefully nipping it in the bud early, we've got him
yeah.
fit for this weekend.
That's the thing with hamstrings. I was having this conversation recently with a physiotherapist, like sports rehab professional, and the
Mm.
having the education on anatomy for people, especially athletes, is so crucial.
Mm.
And it makes you wonder, sort of this level, like, do players know what a tight hamstring is versus a tweak versus versus just
Yeah.
kind of like weakness?
Yeah,
Um,
how does it? Do they literally just walk over to the physio and say, "Look, I can just feel something. I don't
yeah,
know what it
and
is. I
by
can
what
just
point
feel."
is it almost too late? Because it's there's different types. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah. I think it's a
hopefully it's just a little
natural
bit of like
reaction
he's yeah
to like if it was me, like well, I know it's completely different, but when I was doing like a lot more running than I do now, when I was doing my marathon training, there'd be so many times I'd be out on a run and
mm,
I'd feel something.
yeah
I would feel something. Couldn't always tell you what it was, but I would know the difference between something that I could get through or an injury.
yeah
I would know the difference, and I would imagine like, and I'm no athlete. You would imagine like these professional footballers would sort of feel something similar. They'll feel little things in their bodies all the time. They must do. They
yeah
must. but it will be a case of no, I know what that is and I can manage that. That's nothing serious. But then sometimes you might, if it's muscular and you're in training, it might be a simple case of I've just played a ball and something's gone, and you go, oh,
Yeah,
that's different. That one, that's not. I don't know what that is, and I got to take myself out of it and go speak to the physios.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Hopefully, it's just cautionary,
yeah,
and
I'm,
they
I'm,
know
I'm
that
sure it was just a precautionary
you
one.
know you've got Taylor on yellow cards, and you've got Forest
Yeah.
Green Rochdale coming up, and you're thinking we'll rest you now then.
Yeah,
Um,
as I say, hopefully we got to that one early enough, and it was just a precautionary measure. Yeah, to give Goody a rest last week.
yeah,
But yeah, we shall
fingers
see.
crossed.
We
We
shall
shall see.
see.
I'll be trying to follow the game. I'm in Germany this weekend, so
Yeah, you're away, aren't you?
yeah, I'm gonna go and watch Borussia Mönchengladbach versus RB Leipzig on
Nice,
tomorrow night.
nice. That's very nice. I
Yeah,
got a
so
lot of
that should.
time for that.
Yeah, my mate, he was born around the corner, so
Right,
he's like a bit of a Gladbach fan.
right.
So when we met years ago, when I was at college working in the co-op, we were like, let's do a road trip, let's go to Germany. And like
Like,
all
I swear,
things, all plans.
every college kid has had that sort of moment where like you've had the discussion doing a road trip,
Mm,
and so many of them never make it out of the group chat.
no, and this time we were like, you know what? Fuck it, we're
Let's just
going.
do
So we're
it.
literally getting up like, well, before the sun rises tomorrow morning. We're driving to Calais, jumping on the
I mean,
ferry.
that could be 7 a.m. these days.
Yeah, we're
It's
getting up
so
at 5.
horrible in the morning.
We're leaving at 5, and we're yeah, we'll get the Stranger Things premiere tonight. Then
Yeah,
I'm sure wearing a Hawkins.
I am active. Look, I'm repping my Hawkins Tigers hoodie. I'm actively trying to avoid all spoilers today, which so far so good. But I
I
know,
mean, yeah, that's the thing. I'm only gonna have time today to watch maybe two.
yeah,
And
yeah, same.
I've gone on YouTube this morning just to watch stuff in the background, and it's already like, what does the ending mean? I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
interested
I
in.
can't be doing with it. I do like the way they've done it, by staggering the release, like in the different sort of stages.
Yeah,
I prefer that because I can watch 4 episodes in 2 days, which is probably what we will aim to do. But
yeah.
I would not be able to watch 8 episodes that quickly. So
I've heard that a few of the episodes are going to be like almost like 2 hours long.
it's a film series. This is not a
Yeah.
TV series. This is a film
No.
series, and yeah, I'm absolutely here for it. I am an absolute Stranger Things nerd. Yeah, so I've got that to look forward to tonight.
Yeah, same here. So no spoilers in
Oh
the comment
yeah,
section because it's gonna take me a good week to really get through all 4 of them because of traveling
yeah,
and
yeah.
I
No
can't watch them on
spoilers.
my own. I've got to watch them with the missus.
Yeah, no, we will watch it together. We'll watch it together. But yeah, hopefully, I'm pretty confident we'll get through the first little block of 4 tonight and tomorrow night. So yeah,
Oof.
if any of the listeners are big Stranger Things fans, no spoilers, or you will be blocked.
Yeah, you know what we should do? We'll do all the Stranger Things characters, match them up with Southend players.
Or where
So
would
who's our 11? Who's our Will? Who's our Mike? Who's our Lucas?
we'll work out everyone's key strengths.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we'll work it out that way.
Yeah. Right, before we border on insanity, should we wrap this up?
Yes.
I know you've got away. Yeah, you've got to get away. You've
Oh, I'm
squeezed us
still,
in. You've
I'm still at work. Yeah, I
your
still need to try and
schedule.
squeeze in a gym
Yeah, me
session at
too.
some point. Otherwise, I'm
I'm
losing
supposed
me
to be at
in
work.
bits.
I'm supposed to be at work. I'm gonna have to work a little bit later tonight to catch up. No, right. Cheers, guys. Thanks for listening. Yeah, keep sending. We have had a few responses now to the Bring Back the Splat campaign. I think we've had like 5 or 6 be sent in to us now. So we will do a post at some point with some of these that have been sent in to us. There's a few interesting
Yeah.
ones. A few of you have taken it like and run with it, like not necessarily the standard colorway. Yeah, but yeah, keep sending those in. Hashtag bring back the splat. We will do a post very soon on those that have been
I
sent
want to see
in.
some hand drawn ones. I want Blue Peter Project style.
Yeah,
There's been
Ollie's not a fan of the AI stuff, guys.
no,
We understand it's convenient and it's quick, but yeah, we want to see some like hand drawn ones. That this has been sent in from Scott,
yeah.
age 9.
Yeah. Oh no, sorry, 39.
Yeah. Now, what we'll do, anyone that does that, we have got some little custard splat pin badges now. So rather than your Blue Peter badge, we any hand drawn new shirt designs, we will send you a custard splat pin badge.
Yeah, and don't
If that
get
doesn't
AI to
entice
do a
you,
hand-drawn image because I can tell the difference.
Ollie can tell the difference.
Yeah,
Right.
hand-drawn designs, please.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Get creative. Get
Yeah,
creative. Yeah. Thanks for
especially
listening.
over
And
give it to the new year and then Christmas project. Get the
yeah,
color get the coloring pens out.
get some coloring pencils for Christmas. Right. We'll see you guys in the next one, episode 24, when we will be building up to the Rochdale game. Until
And that's
then,
all. Yeah, nice one.
we'll see you very soon. See
See
you
you then.
later.